Hey guys, this is the Hot Mommy podcast, the one your algorithm clearly knew we needed today. Welcome to my channel where we mind our business, look cute, and act like we have it all together sometimes. Before we get into today's episode, I'm going to need you guys to go below. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell so you have the notification and stay in tune for when I'm dropping new episodes.
Oh girl, you got me going psycho. Oh, I know.
Okay guys, so Motherhood is a full-time reality show and I'm clearly the main character. Like, I have learned so much since becoming a mother and things that I would never have even thought of, like just so many things that I'll get into during this video. The biggest thing that I had to learn was that old life is not mine anymore. I have to understand what it means to be a mother and move forward in the best way that I can to love myself and love the new life that I'm going to be standing in. There are so many different things today that I want to talk about that have changed for me during this period that I'm really learning to cope with and just see how I can go from young and turned to, no, I don't want to say that I'm not going to be turned, because if you know me, I'm a traveler. I love to be outside, and it doesn't mean that I'm always in the club or anything like that. Not that I mind it, but I'm more of like a brunch girl now. Like, invite me out in the day so that I can go home to my baby at the end of the day. Even if I don't have my baby at the end of the night, I kind of really like the idea of just being inside at night. And like, I don't know if you guys know what I mean when I say brunch me, because if I go out to brunch, somehow I can drink the same amount of liquor, margaritas, shots, and I'll be fine the next day. But if I go out at night for the club, yeah, baby, it's over. It's over. I'm sorry. Like, you might catch me the next day at 4 p.m. with a recovery, but if I go out to brunch, it's grown, it's sexy. I'm good by tomorrow. Like, none of my problems are arising. I feel brand new. I feel refreshed. I feel still like I can achieve the goals I had to achieve the next day. So I'm gonna just say, if you want to invite a mommy out, invite her to brunch, invite her to a daytime activity. If you invite her out to a nighttime activity, make sure she don't got that baby the next day, because the recovery will be strong and hard. Okay. Into the transitioning from your 20s to your 30s. That alone is such a hard thing, because for me personally, I don't know what route everyone else took. I went straight from high school and then I went to college, you know what I mean? And I was already like an outside kid from high school. And then I go to college, I'm definitely outside, you know what I mean? Because who is gonna stop me? I don't have no parents here. My teachers can't stop me, I'm outside. I come home from college and I'm outside still. I'm like 24, like why not? I moved to Atlanta for 2 years, I'm outside. And I just felt like where I started realizing that my vibes were kind of like changing is not even until I moved back to Boston. And I was like, life was gonna change wasn't until I literally got pregnant. Like, in my mind, I'm just gonna be the young turn auntie for the rest of my life, which I never even factored in, like what would happen when I have my kid, because I was just focused on making money, traveling, live my life, doing my hair. You guys know I love to do my hair, and staying cute. Like, I was comfortable in that setting. But when I had a kid, I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna work overtime like I be doing all the time? I love money. You guys know I love money. Not to kill nobody over, but I really love money because I like to be able to do like whatever I want to do. I don't want to rely on nobody for nothing. I want to move at my own time. If I wake up today and say I want to move to Guam, I want to be able to move to Guam. And I could do that before with no regards. But when you have a kid, you got to really be like, let me chill out. You know, I have to think harder about the decisions that I'm making in life at this point, because it not only affects me, it affects my baby now. And so I feel like getting from, you know, that mindset of whatever I want to do to I have to think about me and another person was such a tough transition for me. Going from, you know, I always said I wanted to have a kid by 30 or before 30. And so I was right on time. And it's not that I was exactly planning it, but I was not planning it, if that makes sense. So when this happened, I was excited, but I was also still fighting with myself about what that's going to look like for me. Throughout my pregnancy, I feel like I fought with myself on how I'm going to look. Like, I very much take value in how I look, and that is in weight, that is in, you know, visually. Like, everyone has their own, you know, construct of beauty, but for me, like how I look, I I'm so used to that. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do throughout this pregnancy? I even said, I am not buying pregnancy clothes. I don't know who thought I was doing that, but I'm not doing none of that. So I made sure I went on my handy dandy Shein and I did a box. I feel like every season I just order a full box of clothes instead of being like, oh my God, I have nothing to wear. And I just started my season early. It was actually kind of right on time because I found out in September. So, you know, the weather is changing. So I went on and I ordered, you know, some sets, like athleisure sets and just sweat like sets that would make me feel cute, comfortable in jumpsuits. So that was how I managed through that, you know, while being pregnant. And then, you know, figuring out how can I still be cute while I'm pregnant. Another thing that I did was, you know, try to keep my hair done and my face like done, even if I wasn't doing my makeup. I love lashes. So I would do like, you know, my little cluster lashes to feel like myself again. And it wasn't until maybe like month 7 that I started feeling stressed because obviously that weight is finally setting in. Like I'm feeling overly heavy. I want to be completely honest and say by the end of my pregnancy, I was like 235, which is insane. I've never been that big. Not that it's an issue, but for me, it became an issue because it was weighing on my legs, my feet. Like I was swollen. So I was just starting to feel very insecure in that way. Some people get like the nose issue. I got the swollen nose and all this stuff. So I really was like, oh my God, I'm literally not myself anymore. So it was just a lot of transitioning happening. And for me, it felt like such a little bit of time and just worried like about what I would do afterwards if I didn't snap back as fast as I wanted to. Like, was I gonna have the willpower to do what I need to do to snap back? And, you know, all of these things that I'm sure other moms think about once they do get pregnant. But I think that the issue that we have as women is that we really put ourselves on hold when it comes to pregnancy, thinking that we can't be both. It is more than proven that we can be both. The same exciting person we were before and the mother that we're going to be in the future. So I would say, you know, there's no better time to do it than when it's happening. Don't be afraid of what's to come. You know, obviously everyone's situation is different. Like I said in my prior videos, it depends on your partner, on how well you're going to handle your pregnancy. But for me, I did well mentally up until probably the last few months. I just wanted to be done. I wanted to be myself again. Fast forward, you know, I give birth. I'm super excited. But then I'm realizing, like, we're finally here. Like, we're here. You know what I mean? Everything that I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be able to go back outside and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I can't wait till I'm done with this, you know, 10-month bid and like, you know, all this stuff. You guys know me. Like, I'd be joking, but like, I'm really serious about, I want to continue my life. Everyone knows I'm going to bring my kid on whatever journey I'm doing. Like I always said, I'm not going to let a kid hold me back. My kid will just be with me or wherever I'm going. It gets hard though. The thing about it is that you can't bring your kid everywhere you want to go. You can't bring that newborn to the nail salon because those fumes are going to be a lot for that kid. At least me, I'm just a little bit worried, especially as a new time mom. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So then now I'm going without my nails being done, feet and hand. Although my feet, I need them done. I don't care. I really like having my feet done. My hands, I'm a little bit more lenient with because I'm a hairstylist. So I can't have all those long extravagant nails anyway. So I'll do a little gel or whatever, or, you know, I'll keep them undone. And if I have somewhere to go, I'll put on some press-ons. But my feet, I need my feet done. It makes me feel good. So I was having struggles with that. Like, oh my God, I can't just get up and go to the nail salon when I want to. You know, I can't go get my wax because I'm just stressed about the fact that I have to bring her with me. What's that going to look like? Is she going to cry, you know, when I bring her certain places while I'm out? Can I go out to eat with her? Is she going to cry there? Like, I'm just kind of learning everything. And it just started to get a little bit depressing. You know what I mean? Because now you're just forcing yourself to stay in the house because you don't want to burden anyone else's environment with bringing your baby anywhere. And, you know, your baby doesn't bother you, but I worry that my baby will bother someone else. And I would hate for someone to give a weird look to me about my kid you guys gotta know me. Just me alone, if you give me a weird look, I'm already like, so if you're doing it because of my kid, I'm gonna feel a way about it. And also, I am such a like empath that I feel bad. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't even want to put anyone in a position to feel uncomfortable that I'm bringing my kid and she might start like bawling. Luckily, if anyone, you know, has already met Kendall, she is so sweet. She's literally in the background right now and she's not making a peep. This girl is so good. I am blessed to have the daughter that I have, and I could not ask for anything else. I'm like a one and doneer. So I feel sorry for the next man if they want a kid, because I don't know if I'll be able to deliver that to you. You got to be the best man in the world. Like, I need a push present up front. I need a present the whole time. I need to not do nothing at all. Like, you need to be the best man in the world for me to think about having another kid. I'm a one and doneer. This girl is beautiful. She's great. She's doing amazing. And I do not want to, you know, get ahead of myself thinking because I have one good kid that I'll have another excellent kid. So I'm on a one and doneer. But moral of the story is I cannot move the same way I'm moving, is what I realized. And for that reason, it sets in a little bit of depression, because, you know, everyone says they can watch your kid before you have the kid. And then when you have the kid, everyone is like, I have this going on, I have that going on, oh, I'm not available, oh, I'm this, I'm not. And there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, it's my kid, it's not your kid. I don't need anyone who's not willing to or not available to really arrange or unarrange anything they have going on to take my kid. That's fine. I will miss out on that and I'll chill in the house with my girl. So with that being said, I feel like I stopped going out. I literally have not really been in any club scene since before I got pregnant. As you guys know, my last club scene was the cruise. And I went on a cruise for my birthday literally right before I got pregnant. So that was my last like turn up hurrah. Probably how I got here, but nonetheless, I have not been out like that, and I take it to the chin because I'm like, you know, this is what comes with motherhood. You do miss out on a few things, but the one thing that I have learned to teach myself about moving forward is that you have to learn how to maneuver that. I have since been going to get a wax. I bring her and I make sure that she's fed beforehand, before I get in any room, and not even just a wax, any room that I'm going into, she's fed and that she's not overly tired, because then she's less likely to make any of those scream tantrums, anything like that. Not that she does many of those, but I just make sure that I settle her before I go out onto any stage. Also, you know, if you were a traveler before, don't feel like you can't travel anymore with the idea that you have a kid. Bring your kid with you. Half the time you're going with yourself or you're going with your friends. So if your friends are not comfortable with you going with your baby, take trips solo with your baby. Your life does not stop just because you have a baby. And I want to reiterate that. I even had to fight with myself, like I said about that. Your life does not stop when you have a baby. You just need to learn how to be yourself with having a baby. And when you have a baby, you're no longer the same person. You're a whole new person. So you have to relearn yourself, and what you're comfortable with, what your baby is comfortable with, and what the surroundings would be appropriate for your baby. So if you're struggling with how can I be the best mommy I can be, can I still be the exciting person that I used to be, you know, with having a baby, figure out what works best for you. For me, I wake up early, make sure she's fed, and I get everything I need to be done while she's asleep. I have a little cam and I watch her from a distance on the camera to make sure she's asleep. If I want to go out, like I said, I make sure that she is fed. I make sure that I have the right kind of people around me who are like, bring Kendall with us, so that we can go to these places and I'm still getting that time of outdoor and girl talk with my friends. And that really is dependent on the people that you have around you. And that is something that you should have already been cutting up while you were pregnant, because you don't want the wrong people around you while you're pregnant. It brings bad energy. So if they're still there, you might have some work to do on getting rid of those kind of people, because that is going to shine through later on in your relationship with that person, one way or another. As far as the drinking, I'm not stuck on anything. I don't even smoke. I don't care to be around smoking activities. The drinking, I drink occasionally anyway, so I'm not pressed to be outside drinking or anything like that. But sometimes you just want to go out and have fun with your girls. It's okay to go out and do that. Don't have mom guilt about wanting to drop your kid off and go have some fun with your friends. I had that for a few months where I'm like, I could get a sitter and people are offering to watch her, but the mom guilt in me will tell me, why would I bring her somewhere else or where she's uncomfortable just so I can go out and have a good time for the night? Do not do that to yourself. Understand that you are a human first. You're a mom second, you're a human first. You've always been a human first. So if this is something that's going to make you feel better so that you can show up better for your children later down the line, do that. Do whatever is going to make you feel happy. Do that spa day on your own. Do that club night out. Do that brunch with your friend. Do that museum visit, by yourself. Go for a walk by yourself. Go work out by yourself. Don't feel guilt for the changes that you feel like you should be making. Understand that you can collide both of those lifestyles. Don't ever be that hard on yourself. And although I'm still working on that myself, I want to share that with all moms, that you need to give yourself grace. Don't let anyone tell you that you need to just focus on your kid. I am focused on my kid. Focus on yourself. Don't worry about me. And the next topic I guess I would get into is the dating. I feel like for me, after everything happened with my separation of my partner, I was just like, oh my God, I'm lonely. Like, who do I talk to? You go from having someone to talk to probably every day to having minimum conversation, depending on who you are, to trying to navigate how to just be a single parent or whatever that looks like for you guys. Even if you're not a single parent, sometimes your relationship with your partner could be amazing and you're just trying to navigate how to be a good mommy, and be out with your friends and not feel judged by your partner that you want to go out. And I think that goes both ways, mom and dad, but just understand that you need to give each other grace. You need to give yourself grace if you're by yourself and you're doing this. If you're by yourself, go on that date if you feel comfortable to do so. If you have an amazing partner, tell your partner you need a break. You know what I mean? I need a break. I need to go with my friends. Tell the baby, please. It's not even babysit your kid, watch your kid. This is your kid as well, on both parts. So don't feel like you have to completely change your life just because you had a kid. Alter your life, but mesh your life, because that's how you can continue to grow and be the best version of yourself and show up for your kid, because you're not going to be just an angry, parent in the house and just upset about the fact that your life is completely changed. I think that this is a really big thing for moms because they see the difference immediately. With dad can just go out to the gym. Dad is going to work. Dad might go see his friends, but you as the mom, especially if you're breastfeeding, you have to sit in the house. Yeah, you got to breastfeed that kid almost every 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, your kid is attached to you, so now you leaving might cause more ruckus and you just feel like, let me just stay in the house. Yeah, dad is not as well with the baby as you, so now you're getting up in the middle of the night and the day and every hour and taking care of that kid. Understand you need that break. Take that break. Don't feel bad about taking a break. Don't let anyone else make you feel bad about taking a break. Understand that you can mesh both worlds, like I've been saying, and just be the best version of yourself that you feel like you can be. I personally am not gonna put my lovely Kendall into daycare until she can probably talk, just because I want to be able to know what's going on with her there. But I am interested in doing so because you will regain back some of that freedom that you have and regain back yourself once you do have that consistent place to have your kid go daily, where you don't have to 100% worry about them. So I sometimes would just tell you, wait that time frame to when you do have that support, whether that is family or a program that you put your kid in. That'll give you the time to be yourself, but don't give up on yourself. Find your spark, dress up, do that makeup, even if you're sitting in the house, do your hair, even if you're sitting in the house, or if you go to the grocery store or for a walk. Take pictures of yourself, take pictures of you and your baby. Just remember that you're still a human at the end of the day. You just deserve to be happy, live your life, feel loved, and just still be your same current self, just in a new version. I love this topic so much because it's something I heavily struggled with and still struggle with. But I'm working through it, and I hope that I know I've been a little bit all over the place with this, but I have so much to talk about. But I hope that with me talking, giving a little bit about, what you can do to be a mom and still get out there, and, the different things that's possible, to still be that amazing version of yourself that you really loved before. Make sure that you're working out as best as you can. You don't have to work out every day, but if you want to regain yourself, working out is always an amazing answer. You look good, you feel good, do everything that makes you feel good at the end of the day. My takeaway for today would be give yourself grace. Don't let anyone put you down about anything, not the way you look, not the way you're feeling. Understand that feelings are in everybody. It's instilled in us. It's born into us. So feel whatever feeling you're feeling. If you're going through a little bit of depression, understand that that's normal after becoming a mom. Nothing is easy. And if anyone says it is, they're liars. And that is what I can give to you guys today. I hope that all moms and women in this episode today are going to understand the best version of yourself is the one who takes care of yourself. And I'm gonna always lead with the blessings from God. I pray for everyone who's following me on this journey, and I hope that I could have been some type of help to you guys today and made you guys feel better about the changes that are going on in your life. As a mom and even as a young woman, you know what I mean? We all go through changes going from the 20s to the 30s. Understand and give yourself grace. And you guys are all amazing. I hope that you guys tune into the next episode. You guys were lovely. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, hit that bell so that you have the notifications, because you're going to want to tune into the next episode. Thank you guys for tuning into the Hot Mommy Podcast. Love you guys. Bye.